James Sanchez working hard on that next hour of CNN Newsroom. What you got going, Rick?
Well, we're up here in New York, Kira, and there's a couple of stories we're following. I'm fascinated, as I'm sure you are, by what's going on in Yemen. We're going to be talking to one of the ambassadors from Yemen who contacted me last night and said, you know, it's time that you understood our perspective on this. So in keeping with what we want to do, and that is let our viewers hear all perspectives on this, he's going to be joining us. But there's this other incredible story that's going on right now that everyone in the sports world is glued to. Mike Leach is probably one of the most famous, one of the most successful coaches in all of college football. This is one of those times when a sports story transcends and becomes a news story. He's not going to be allowed to coach in the Alamo Bowl that's coming up here shortly. And the reason he's not going to be allowed to coach is because of what he did, allegedly, to one of his players. Apparently, putting him in solitary confinement. So the university's decided, you're out. I got to tell you, this guy's one of the biggest names in college football. It's not like just some
confinement. What for?
Well,
and what gave him the right to do that?
Well, here's what's really bizarre. The kid apparently had a concussion. The coach maybe thought it was not just a concussion, that maybe he was not working as hard as maybe not working as hard as he should be. So he put him in some place and had the trainer watch over him for several hours, almost as a disciplinary measure, a punishment. Now, coaches do this kind of stuff. You have to understand. But did he go too far? And there's another element to this. It turns out the kid who he did this to, his dad is a famous NFL football player and a sports analyst on ESPN. So he complained. It got all the way to the university president. And now it makes you ask this question. If his dad hadn't been that famous person, would this coach have been suspended?
Okay, interesting question, but I want to know, did the kid have a concussion or not? Do we know?
We're going to find out, because I got two people. Well, I got three people I'm talking to. I've got Mercury Morris, famous running back for the Miami Dolphins, who's just a great interview on anything having to do with sports. A really smart guy. Eddie George, one of the finest running backs who's ever been in the NFL, former Heisman Trophy winner, who's now a broadcaster himself in his own right. And then we reached out to Mike Leach. We contacted his lawyer. We asked for a statement. He said, statement hell. I'll come on your show and I'll set this story straight. So we've got him. He's going to join us here in a little bit. And he's going to be telling us what the other side of the story is. Coach's story, which he says is being blown out of proportion by the media.
All right. We'll be watching. You got my attention, Rick. Thanks.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
All right.